Hello wonderful viewers, and welcome to today's video. To those lucky few who have been around, welcome to my first video back in 8 years. It has been a long time. So today is currently the 19th of December 2025, the day before my 29th birthday. Now, coming into my last year of my 20s, I've started realising there is a lot of things that when I started my 20s, I thought I was going to do in life. Well, like just in the 20s. And not a lot's been done. Now, I know typically you get everyone doing their 30 before 30 videos and 30 before 30 bucket lists. I actually don't have quite that many things. I struggle just to get to 20. So instead of doing a 30 before 30, I'm doing 20 things I wish I'd done in my 20s. So they are things that, a mix of things that when I entered my 20s, I thought I was going to do, or by the time I turned 30, I was going to be like, I don't know, not like more comfortable doing, and just things like that. So I guess, yeah, a bit like the 30 before 30 videos, just a bit lower scale, because yeah, 30 things. I've done a lot of things that if I was going to take it up to 30, I completely ticked off. I met the love of my life, I got married, I moved away from home, lived in a different city, those sorts of things. Let's get into my rather messy list. I'm going to start off with the things that are like most likely to be completed on the bucket list and work my way down to things that just have a lot of other factors playing into it as to whether they'll be able to happen in the next year or not. Because I am hoping that I'm going to be finished filming and editing this in time to post it tomorrow on my 29th birthday. High hopes for myself. May not be watching it till next week, because today's Friday the 19th, so you guys may not be watching this till the 22nd or something, but that's fine. Still a year for me, but yeah, nerves are still hitting, but let's just jump straight into the list. First thing I wrote on this list, without any hesitation, it's quite an emotional one, and that is to visit my dad's crash site. I will share more information about my dad and his accident and that happened when I post the video of visiting it. But my dad passed away in a motorbike accident on Guy Fawkes back in 2016, November 2016, so right before, the month before I turned 20. So next November marks 10 years since his anniversary. 10 years, is it 10-year anniversary since he passed away. And I still have not been to the site of the accident. Multiple factors at play there, but I just really hope that for his 10-year anniversary I get to go there, just in his memory. The next thing on my list that's definitely going to be happening is share my story and health journey on social media, starting with this video. So the goal with this bucket list is to make videos based on everything that's on here, and just share my life's journey, as well as my life story. I wanted to start being an influencer at the age of 16, when I realised watching YouTube videos and that there weren't any disability influence out there like me. There's a lot more nowadays, but when I was in high school, I just wanted someone I could look up to, a role model. Someone who isn't completely struggling with their health, but to the point they're constantly like in hospital or relying on lots of medical interventions and things like that, but also someone who's not healthy enough to go and partake in like physical activities and that with their friends. So I have been trying for like, I guess, 13 years to do this. So now's the time. Something I thought I'd do in my 20s. The third thing on my list that is a like definite thing that's possible to complete this year is feel confident in my own body. Now this is one of those like bucket list goals items that other parts of this list will come under it. But for myself, due to all my health issues and that, my body never stays the same. And every time I start feeling confident, something happens health-wise and I just backtrack where I'm at. So my goal is in the next year to be at the point where I'm confident in my body no matter what. Now this does not mean I'm going to go and lose a bunch of weight and go and slim out and build muscles and all that sort of stuff, become a gym junkie. No, this is about appreciating my body for what it does for me. And this next goal ties into that and quite a few others, especially making this video here and sharing my journey in social media and that. Push myself out of my comfort zone. I guess I'm already working off this bucket list because I did not realize how outside my comfort zone this is. Explains a lot. Right. Welcome to today's video. Why I'm not even looking at the camera? That doesn't work. Why can't I even look at the camera? Okay. Yes, I've been doing that throughout my 20s, but clearly not in a big jump. I've been like slowly like taking one step over the line and expanding my comfort zone, as opposed to going, right, that's way out of my comfort zone, let's go do that. So I'm going to really push myself outside my comfort zone over the next year by posting videos, being open and honest about stuff, and just lots of other things. I've got so many video ideas lined up for that, so keep an eye out for those. This next one is one, I don't know how I'm going to go about it, but I have a lot of other bucket list items on here that can contribute to it, and that is solo travel. So I've actually got a lot of travel related things. I've kind of categorized a lot of my bucket list items into areas of life, and travel is definitely one that comes up again and again and again. And so that's solo travel. I'm hoping to tie into the number 16 on my list, which is highly possible, is the visit the Narnia film sites in New Zealand. So absolutely love the Narnia movie series growing up. I've seen the old BBC series. I can't wait for the new Netflix series. And being from New Zealand, and living close to Castle Hill, where it's a day trip, I don't know how I've never been there. And where I'm currently living, I'm a day trip away from Cathedral Cove, from the second Narnia movie. So there's just spots throughout New Zealand that I love to go to, and they're going to tie in with other, seeing those spots will tie in with other bucket list items. But I'm so excited to go see them and try and, outside my comfort zone once again, do a solo trip. So next on my list is grow my spiritual gifts. So one of my gifts is prophecy. I don't like telling people about that one, and you won't hear much outside of this video and then my spiritual gift video about it. Another gift I have is psychic. I am more psychic than medium, where my intuition is super strong, always has been. And then on top of that, I'm starting to build up a little bit of a mediumship gift, but that one is taking a lot more energy, so I want to slowly just grow that. So my goal is to grow my gifts, and spiritual gifts never stop growing, so that one will continue through life, but I really want to work on that. The final two items on my bucket list that are very likely are read more non-fiction books. This one, I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm a fiction girly, especially fantasy. Self-help books and things like that don't grab my attention the same, but I feel like to have more self-confidence and things like that, some of these books are really going to help me. So we're going to give those a go. And then the final one, complete a self-study course. I'm not the best at studying when I'm by myself. I work better in the classroom situation, having a teacher to turn to, and that when I get stuck. But I am currently doing the Art of Influence course through a wonderful Australian YouTuber. So Angela has been doing YouTube videos for quite a while now, and I've been following her for years before she even started doing this course. And a lot of like researching that you do on, like, you know, how do I become a YouTuber? How do I make money from it? How do I get deals? How do I make connections? They're all kind of American, UK based. And so actually having this course and watching someone as successful as Angela grow, and then giving you tips and tricks and helping you learn stuff that's a lot closer to your country is amazing. So the rest of my list, as I go through these next items, they're going to become lower and lower in possibility. In this bigger video, I'm not going to share why they're lower down on the possibility individually. I'll talk more about each item in their own personal videos, but majority of them, they're lower down because they depend on finance, they depend on health, they depend on other people. So they're the three main reasons why the possibility of completing these items are lower down. So the very next one is start my own business. Now, most people might be going, start your own business. Well, isn't that what you're doing the videos for? No, as I just said in my last goal, sharing my story and studying social media content and art of influence is not about the money for me. Starting my own business is using my spiritual gifts. I have been doing markets for the last 3-4 months now and doing card readings, a mix of tarot cards, oracle, and I also do pendulum readings. And I want to expand that. I want to one day have my own studio, and I have so many ideas that are so out of the box and so different from how I know so many other psychics and mediums to run their businesses, that I am hoping to just stand out and have a successful business. But just my goal for this year is starting it. Now, start my own business has been on my list since before I turned 20, and I will go deeper into it into a video about starting my own business. But once upon a time I thought I was going to start my own business in photography, so it's been a life goal of my, or a goal for me to complete in my 20s, but it's taken a complete and utter turn on which way I want to head. Next, we have a holiday overseas with friends. Now this one is in the works with two of my closest friends. We're looking at going to Australia for one of their birthdays later next year. So that is, I've always wanted to do like overseas holidays with just any friend. I've talked about road trip across America with one friend. I've talked about a cruise through Panama with another, like the Panama Canal. I've talked about going to the Disney parks with a friend, like going on cruises with friends, and I feel like we all do have these big ideas and they just never happen. But this one is definitely looking closer than any of my other plans with friends. So I am looking forward to actually getting to take it out of the planning stages and actually going overseas on a holiday with friends. So next up we have get my memorial tattoo. Now this is a tattoo I've been planning for as long as I can remember, like since high school. And I've had a few hesitations about getting it because of where I want it. I'm awaiting heart surgery and I don't want to like risk like any like drains or cuts or anything interfering with the scar, so I wanted to wait till after my heart surgery, and now it's looking like my heart surgery is going to be way in the future compared to when they thought, so I'm just going to go get it. I'm not going to worry about something that may happen sooner or happen later. The next few items on my list are very 50-50. They may happen, they may not, for a variety of reasons. The first one is to start a family. Self-explanatory, really. We will see how the fertility journey goes with my husband and myself. Could go many ways, we don't know. Next up we have write a kids book. I have plenty of ideas for one. I know how I want to go about it. It may become a series. I just want to write it. I'm not at the point where I'm ready to publish it or anything like that, but I've had all these ideas for so long, I want to actually just knuckle down and write at least this first book. So we'll wait and see. Take dance classes. I absolutely love dancing. I grew up doing line dancing. I've tried getting back into it, but then health issues and injuries and that, it's been really restricted. So I want to do some sort of classes. Poppy! Sorry, got the cat in here with me. Yeah. I want to take some form of dance classes, whether I get back into line dancing, or I'd love to learn like ballroom or just contemporary or something like that. Be absolutely amazing. It actually ties into another item on my list further down. Then the other one that could go 50-50 is be financially independent. Now, with all my health issues and everything, of course, as a kid, relying on parents, then growing up, I went on to a benefit, so like I was getting paid from the government, and then when I did work, it was only just enough to scrape me by. Like, my husband was still paying our rent and everything, so I'd like to get to the point where I can actually pitch in my share of our rent, or if we get the chance to buy our own home, then like mortgage and bills, and just, yeah, be able to like split payments fairly between the two of us. Next up is attainable. As I said, the dance classes come into another goal. I've thrown my own masquerade ball before, absolutely loved it, but like I want a full formal like dance the night away, and there's so many fantasy balls out there now. I'd love to find one within New Zealand or even Australia and go and attend it with my husband, like just a night to dress up, be fancy, spend some time together dancing the night away. I just absolutely love that. As I said earlier as well, own my own home. Being married now, it's own our own home. I have always ordered, flattered, rented. I'm ready for my own space to do as I please with it, and I have been for years, but for my husband and I, somewhere just to settle down together and make a space that is ours, while also having our own individual spaces when we need a break and to get away. It's the dream, it's the goal. Now, the last two items on my list are very, very low possibility, as I said earlier, for a number of reasons. First one of the two being go on a family holiday. I have not been on a full family holiday in my 20s, like somewhere where my siblings and I are adults and we can actually go and do stuff together, and like there's no age or height limitations when we go to theme parks, or like when we go to attend events, there's no age restrictions and that. So love to do a family holiday. Lots of things that play with that as to why that may or may not happen. So the meaning behind family, of course, can mean multiple things. And so it may happen, and it may be, I don't know, just my husband and I, that sort of family. Maybe with my immediate family, maybe with his immediate family, like, oh, so I got an itchy nose. I was cuddling the cat earlier, and I think I've got a bit of fur on her nose, and it's just itching. But yeah, so go on a family holiday, multiple ways that can happen, but it's a wait and see thing. And finally, visit Scotland. So I have quite a strong Scottish heritage in my family, and just the history, the myths, just everything about Scotland. I just absolutely love it, and would absolutely love to go to Scotland, learn a bit more about family history, where my family's from, go attend, you know, just those traditional, I guess touristy locations that are from folklore and things like that. I'd love to do that as well. But yeah, so that is my 20 things I wish I'd done in my 20s, a bucket list. So keep an eye out over the next year as to what comes of each of these list items, each of these goals, and I guess in exactly a year's time from today when I'm filming this, or maybe a year on one day, I might film it on my birthday, I will do a recap of, wow, how well I did in all this. But yeah, lots of exciting things coming, so thank you for sticking with me through this whole video, which is probably absolute chaos, but great stuff to come. These videos will get better as I get more comfortable and lose less nerves and that. But yeah, I can't wait to share more with you all. So in the meantime, I want to wish you all Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate, even just a wonderful time of the year. And for now, I will see you all in the new year.